Oh, sorry about that, guys. Hey, everyone, and welcome into Uncharted Realms' weekly event. It's Friday, 5 p.m. EST, so that means it's another 6 rounds of Blitz coming at you this evening. Should be a nice, solid 3.5 hour event. Should be nice, quick, and fun. We're coming into James and Steven as our first rounds to stream for the day. James is going to be rocking the Kano, a man in my own heart, and Steven's got the Ira. Crucially there, Steven's rocking the Mask Momentum and the Needle, plus 3 Arcane Barrier. James appears to be our turn 2 player. We're coming in their action a little late, but Steven got turn 1. James is at 14 to start his turn, and he's going to be our tempo player. Wizard loves going second, at least in Blitz. Classic Constructed, a little different, but looking good. How's everybody doing today? Let me know. How are you enjoying this fine Friday evening? I know in nice, sunny, awesome North Carolina, the weather's just absolutely amazing, and it is an awesome day. It's an awesome day for Blitz as well, with Flesh and Blood. So James here going to go in for a Pumped Voltic Bolt for 6. Steven can block up to 3 per source with 3 null rune here. He's opted to take the Mask of Momentum in order to try to draw more cards and have longer stringing turns. James, though, he's going to try to limit the amount of turns as much as possible and just try to get in with the deeps. Gotta love the Wizard. Can just roast you out. Keep that in mind. Kano's ability allows James to rock at instant speed, so you will see him fire off at the end of his opponent's turn, or in response to some attack. So Steven had a hand of reds here. Pitched 2 reds to block 2 of that damage. Took 4, fell to 16, and that is definitely a good sign there for James. Steven may have kept 1 blue here to go Kadachi Needle. Still represents at least 4 damage, but man, not too bad for the start. Yeah, Slim Drew, you said, hey, excited to have you here with us, man. Hopefully you sleeve some stuff up and have some good fun with some cards further down the line. We'd love to have you play as well. And if you got any questions, man, throw them out there. Let me know. Hit me up with anything. Nothing sounds stupid. I can answer any rules questions, any potential logic questions why a player might have done X or Y instead. So you just let me know, and hopefully we can have some good coverage here, and you can learn a little bit. So Steven, starting in with the Lake Tap red there. Well, he did have a blue pitch in hand, but he did want to keep it for the Kadachi and the Needle. So Steven opting to start with the Lake Tap instead of Needle Kadachi, which means no chance for Mask on this turn here for Steven. So we went to Steven's turn with 2 cards. You're right, Serge. We love having people. We love people learning. New players, like a lot of people, this is where they get their start. So we're very happy. We're very proud to be able to say that. So James here blocking 3 of the 4, taking 1, falls to 13. 3 cards still in his hand, 1 in his arsenal, and Zephyr Needle is the next for 3. All of this has to go again, the Zephyr Needle and the Kadachi. It's a little bit interesting for Steven here, not stringing it together. Could have potentially got the Mask to string a set there. He needs to hit with 3 attacks, or he needs to hit with 3 or more attacks in a row. So once return effects, if he attacks with an attack action card and it is the 3rd or higher in a row to hit, he will draw a card. Oh, did he just draw the Kadachi? 1 second. All right, so yeah, just had to correct this, Steven. We just were talking about the Mask. Went to draw, and would not be able to, because Mask does specify attack action card. So the Needle or the Kadachi wouldn't do it. But we're also okay with the card he drew. It's going to go right into his hand anyways. I'm not going to make him banish that one. We'll get a simple fix there. Just went back on top, and we're all good to go. So James, Tunic got 2. Tome is the play, so he's going to draw 2 cards, and then he's going to rock Blind off the top. I'd love to see an eye in his hand to get the opt 2. It is the fabled, one of the most played fables in the game, if not the most played fable in the game. Strong Contender's Library nowadays for second place. But pretty money. Although James, depending on what he drew here, is just going to blind send this. Yep, he is. He has the option here to bust his boots if he wanted to, but likely wouldn't. Needs to find a non-attack action card. It's potion for potion, so technically a net -1 resource, but the energy potion allows him to bank that in there for later. So we're going Kano again. This is what allows James to look at the top cards here. Kano, pay 3. Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a non-attack action card, you may banish it, and you may play it this turn as an instant. All right, so James is going to come in here with a Pump Scalding for 3. It's only for 3, unfortunately. Not the best combination here for James. He did kind of hit two blues. Kano loves finding reds off the top, but that is the dice roll you get when you send it blinds, because James was not able to stack the top. The app, they could be using Futility, or sometimes you just use the Magic the Gathering app. I know I've done both. All right, so James gonna Arsenal and draw up. Yeah, Serge, I love Kano. You could call me a Kano fanboy. At least that's what Cat in Black might say if she's here watching. She definitely calls me that at night. I make her I make her call me the wizard. That's all right. Now we're getting a little weird. But Kano is a huge fan of it. Huge fun. Sleeved up a classic constructed list on it, and it did okay, or it does okay. It's very dice rolly. It's almost a gamble, not super consistent. But James in Blitz here is going to be could be showcasing the absolute damage potential that Kano does have. No, it feels awesome to be somebody with Kano, Serge. It feels awesome. You gotta relish that. You live in it, in the salty moment when they're attacking for lethal and you burn them out, and there's nothing they can do about it, even with cards in their hand. Like, that's just what you do. So Steven's turn though. Kadachi into Enlightened Strike for 6 with Go Again. James said that's not cool. He's at 9. Does run the chance of getting Razed Reflexed here. He's gonna block 3. Steven, no reactions there, so taking 3. Does James. Falls to 6. 13 to 6 here. Steven over half is doubled. Ooh. Command and Conquer coming in here for a lethal attack. James will likely want to block 2. Yeah, Surge, actually, that is perfect. I love killing people on my 1.5 turn. Let them go first, roast them out, turn on their instep, roast them out on your turn. And then roast them out as they're trying to attack. It's a very fun way to do it. I'll tell you what. So James here deciding whether or not he wants to lose the card in his arsenal. Command and Conquer, if it hits, it will be required. James will be required to destroy that card. So he will block 6, leave him 1 card in hand. So James, preventing any sort of crazy business there, prevents a mass trigger as well, and keeps his arsenal safe and sound. But it does leave him with just 1 card. His Tunic goes up to 3 though. 13 is definitely in range, given Steven has no cards in hand. James could potentially fire off here, depending on what's on the arsenal. XP, yeah, it depends on the tournament. So every round is worth a certain amount of XP. It's technically worth 1, and then there is a multiplier that gets applied to your event type. For on-demand to be 1, for Armory it would be times 3. That's what this is, Armory. So every round you get 1 XP times the multiplier, which would be 3. So you net 3 XP around that you win. You build XP up for just your experience standing on the leaderboards, or additionally, for the upcoming Nationals event, there's a 90-day XP leaderboard here. So those that are up at the top of the 90-day XP leaderboard will get an invite to Nationals. And there's also, if you're the first person in your country to reach 1,000 XP, you get a nice gold foiled, I believe it's signed as well. I'm not sure. It might just be a gold foil card with a letter that you get. So we got a lot of action going on right now. Steven sent James a 5 with a Kodachi, and then coming in with his second Command and Conquer. I don't think James wants to block this. Now, this Command and Conquer doesn't have go again. So James could fire off a couple attacks here and then leave enough to block this to keep himself alive. Or he may just go for the kill. Steven does have 2 cards in hand, can block up to 3 per source. You think Ninja Deck, he probably is averaging about 4. Somewhere in the 2 to 4 range. James going to pitch a Gaze of Ages to go pumps Sonic Boom. There we go. So 4 coming in. It's guaranteed to hit. That's what Wizard likes to see. Kano loves seeing only 3 barrier. Most opponents played in the mid-range section. Oh, yellow Flick Flack. So only 2's blocked. 2 comes up. Now this will allow James to look at the top card of his library and cast it if it's a Wizard non-attack action and it costs 2 less. He can't cast that. All right, just wanted to stop him there real quick before he could cast it. Sonic Boom does specify Wizard non-attack. So, unfortunately, one of the few hits, rough hits for Wizard. James can activate and play that off of Kano, because Kano does specify non-attack action. But Sonic Boom specifically, Sonic Boom Lessons in Lava specifically say Wizard non-attack action. Actually, Reverberate and Chain Lightning also specify that. Keep that in mind. Well, all the Wizard stuff does except Kano. I guess that's probably an easier way to say that. But, so that is a little unfortunate spot there for James. He will have to now block this Command and Conquer to stay alive. He's got the Tunic to do so if he wants. He will have to put something else in front of it with the Tunic. James still going to go on the boots here. He's still sending it. I think James is incentivized here just to block and go to the next turn and just keep stacking in the damage, but he wants to fire away. So Energy Potion as well. So 2 resources there. The Tunic mana went onto the boots. Chain Lightning is going to be the spell. Ooh, James probably has a Blazing Aether. And that's what he's trying to do here. Was trying to roast Steven out. The whip off the top might take his math out of there. Steven going to take the 3. He's taking 5 total. So Blazing Aether now will come in for 5. If James has it. James does need to block this, though. Command and Conquer. It's coming in for 7. James needs to get at least 3 in front of it. Doesn't have go again. Keep that in mind. So James will Blazing Aether for 5. And he is incentivized to pop his Metacarpus nodes here. Spending the last resource available. Yep, so 6 coming in. Steven still a card in hand. Takes 6. Falls to 2. And James is going to put 3 blocks total there in front of it. And block up for 2. So I would have liked to see James there maybe go with the Tome out of hands on the chain to draw 2 cards and keep potentially firing away. You knew one of them was the Whispers. But still, having your opponent at 2, getting a draw up, it's pretty good there for Wizard. Now, he doesn't have the boots to work with. So he will have to do it all blind off the top. No Tunic extra resource, no boots. So into James' turn, nothing to do. We'll just draw. Steven here, any sigils that he finds would just be absolute money right now. All right, into Steven's turn. James needs to find a spell for 5. If he can find a Scalding Rain pumped, a Voltic Bolt that will guarantee the 5 damage, or a mixture of spells that Steven can't block. But 5 damage straight up would do it. Here for James. Steven's going Kodachi for 1, 2 floating. And we're going to see James likely fire away. Activating Kano. Let's see if he can do it. Ooh, Blazing Aether's not going to be the hit. Got to activate again. Needs to find a Voltic Boulder Scalding Rain. Or Aether Spindle Red will do it. That's 5. Oh, man. He gets it. Sneak it out there. That's the... See, guys? That's the wizard we're talking about. Now, Steven could keep himself alive if he has a Sigil here. Blocks 3 Sigil. Oh, I think Steven has it. I think he has a Sigil. He will. It gains 3. Oh, he has double Sigil. Actually, this still kills Steven if he doesn't block this. I don't know if he knows this. Oh, man. If Steven just lets this go, if he doesn't realize it's that Blazing Aether there in the Banish Zone will kill him. You always pay to block it if you're attacking with a lethal attack. Steven prevents 2. Takes 3, and that should do it. James will get to look at the top. Now, if he can stack a tome here on top and has a blue in hands to do it, he could keep rolling with this and then come in there with the blazing. Puts a 3 on top. Not sure if it matters. Nope. So probably definitely doesn't have it in their hands. Blazing Aether coming in for 3. Man, James almost had it. I was Kano happy. Oh boy. I was one happy guy there for a second, but Steven doing well. Takes 3, so it's taking. James gonna block the Kadachi. Steven just needs to pitch and come in with the needle. Good try there for James. A leg tap for 5 is gonna do it. Oh man, what an ending there. What a closeout. I thought we were having a banger there, but oh man. Woo, did you see that one there? Oh guys, 6 life was money. The double Sigil hand. I was hoping Steven at least had 1 keep this interesting, but the double just closes it out. So that finished it up here for round number 1. Woo! Steven taking it in fashion and style. All that life, and so that will close it out. Stay tuned, guys. We got 5 more rounds coming at you. Hopefully some more Kano. We'll see. Might work some magic, make it happen, but you guys might not be happy about that. No, I jest. 5 rounds still to come. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Come at you quick. All right, guys. We're back there for going back to table 1. We jumped over to table 2. I told you there'd be more Kano action coming at you. I didn't lie. Just didn't think it would be like this. They were still in round 1. Keep that in mind, guys. So a little bit of extra fun for you. This probably won't make the VODs on YouTube, but I promised these guys that they would get their live stream in there. One of the players was running a little bit late, and so here's what we can do to try to make it up for him. So red haste here on the Kano. A lot of cards there in the discard. We're at 5-5. Muhammad on the Bravo. Or excuse me, Mahmud. I think that's how he probably pronounces it. Or Mahmoud. I don't know. However he does it, he'll let me know. Is moving to his instep here on the Bravo after not casting anything. So Red Haste gets all the chance. He doesn't have his boots critically, though. Take a look at that. He did fire something off at instep. So he won't have that to work with. So Bravo player here just loading up his hand, loading up his arsenal. And it gives Red Haste a lot of time to just send it, and that's exactly what he's going to do. A double pumped Aether Spindle to stack the top of his library there. So he's going to have 2 floating, unless that's a red zap. So it cost him 4. He pitched 6. We have a Sigil, goes up to 8, but 6 still coming in, and Red Haste is going to be able to opt for the damage dealt. He's facing off against 4 Norun. So that's kind of why, if you're wondering why Kano game is still going on, that is why, because it is a more of a control game. Almost goes down to nutrition. You see that deck actually getting pretty low there for Red Haste. So we're opting to use his Discord name over his original one. He's got a awesome name there, but I cannot pronounce it. What do you think? No, probably not. If you're interested, check out the general chat, and you can see playing there in round 1. John's gonna do pretty awesome here to pull up his first name, Sampong. But his last name is pretty intense. It's awesome. So anybody interested in liking names? So actually, back into the action though, we had a Aether Spindle opting, put a Voltic Bolt on top, cast it off of Kano, another 5 coming at it. Look at this damage. Sampong gets 4 damage through. Did have to bust his Metacarpus nodes this turn for all of this, but that will bring the life totals 5-2. So back over to Mamun's turn. And he's going to go to Incept. This will give Sampong a chance to fire off if he wants. I would take it. Even if it will have to be blind off the top, though. Keep that in mind. He's going to fire off. First Kano activation. Blue Aether Flare into the pitch. Takes a look at it. Oh, the fact that he's not putting it down immediately may be a whiff. Nope, it's a Reverberate. It is only blue, though. Oh, he's Bravo player here going to take one that's going to allow Sampong to play a card out of his hand. Or banish a card with 1 or less from his hand. To snap back for 3. That doesn't have to be the card he banished. Opts not to. And that will do it. Because there's no pitch left available for the Bravo player. So Kano does take it here in round 1. Look at that. I'm just going to wipe your... Hey, look into this light here, guys. Kano did win round 1. Nobody saw the other stuff. The fuzzy feeling will go away in a couple of hours. Keep that in mind. So look at that. All right, I'm glad we caught the end of that game. You won't mind me catching the end of a Kano match. Big fan of it. I'd love to see more to that though. Bravo opting for the control strategy, and looked like it was doing okay. But Sampong going strong there with the clear sleeves. I like it. Style. Sometimes it's just what you gotta do. An awesome mat. Have to ask him where he got it. But all right, that'll wrap it up here for us. Round 1's for sure this time. Stay tuned. That means round 2 is coming rather shortly because we got 5 minutes left for the end of the round. So we'll catch you guys shortly. Hey, everybody, told you it wouldn't be too long. Welcome to Uncharted Realms' weekly event. We're round 2 of 6. We've got a familiar name here in the house right now. Oscar. Playing his classic Dorinthea there. Up at the top of your screen against Steven on Ira. Trying to get revenge from some previous rounds. Trying to get a W. Trying to get a win. Steven was our turn 1 player. Oscar was our turn 1 player. Steven was our tempo player and does the classic Dorinthea block. Just overblock it. Take no damage. And send it back to your turn with the full grip. So, Steven here running Kadachi Mask as the setup. No needle this time. I agree with it. I like it there. Dorinthea does play defense reactions. You don't want the needle to break, and especially if you're running Mask, just run the Kadachi. That way you can threaten it every time. If you're not going to run the Mask, you should definitely run it with the needle. Just be a little bit more threatening. So, Steven, first Kadachi, it hits. Second Kadachi, no good. Oscar threw the Mask in front of it. Blocked it up for 2. No hit there. So Mask is turned off at the moment. That is the usual way to prevent Mask triggers, is to block the second attack. Resets the string. Forces your opponent to go pretty crazy. So leg tap here. So start it back up for Steven here. No blocks here from Oscar. No reactions. So 4 go again here. Resolves there for Steven. Sends Oscar to 15. Who do you guys have in this match? Do you have the Dory? Do you have the Ira? Ira's looking pretty strong right now, as it is. So let me know who you got. I think I'm going to go with Oscar. He's sort of the hometown hero right now. We catch a lot of his games on stream, and certainly is the favorite. at the moment. So I'll go with the favorite, even though he does take a 6-point health L. Hopefully that one card in Arsenal there makes up for it. Steven, though, making a great case for himself there in his round one, or his turn one. As he goes back in his turn, wasn't able to Arsenal anything, but got 6 damage, so he's definitely very happy about that. So Oscar starts it up with a Steel Blade Supremacy. This can be +2 whenever a weapon hits this turn. It's going to be draw a card. Then a Sharpened Steel, plump up by another 3, plus the 3 from the Dawn Blade itself. Was able to attack for free because Courage was popped right here on his turn 2 by Oscar, which means his Dawn Blade gets to swing in for 1 less cost. Well, it only costs 1, so it's free. So 8 total coming at Steven. And Oscar gets to draw a card on hit. He still needs to find a way to give this Dawn Blade go again, but take a look into his Boots equipment zone. He has the Refraction Boulders that when the weapon hits, he can pop his boulders and give the attack go again. Stacks with Steel Blade Supremacy. The key there is to stack the Steel Blade Supremacy on top of the Refraction Boulders. That way you can look at the card and then decide whether or not you want to pop your Refraction Boulders there, because Refraction Boulders destroy themselves on resolution of the effect and not just the effect itself going to the attack. So Steven here throwing 3 cards in front of it for 9 total. Oscar has the Iron Song response in Arsenal. I would say that's worth the 6 life, because that's going to allow this Dawn Blade to hit, allow Oscar to draw a card, and give it go again with the Refraction Boulders, barring any defense reaction. But no, flick flack. Let's go, Steven. That is not a bad time to just send the hand out there to prevent some action, because I don't think Oscar can fire away. Would need another Iron Song there, but that's pretty good. You got the Courage. And you got one of these Steel Blades and one of the Iron Song responses. So Steven, well, he won't have anything to do on this turn for himself. Goes right back to Oscar, who now has the tempo. Did really well for himself in that turn. Got himself an equipment advantage. So Oscar, not going to alleviate the pressure. 6 go again. Coming in. So Oscar, 3 cards in hand. That came out of Arsenal. There it is. Now, hit your screen now. The Driving Blade. That's what gives it the go again. Steven, on the defensive right now, considering what he wants to do. I do like the fact they threw out that hands on the previous one. Didn't want to take all that damage. It was really smart, because if he let that Dawn Blade go through, he'd be looking at 2 counters, or looking at a counter on the Dawn Blade. Now the Refraction Boulders would be popped, but Steven would be sitting at significantly less health. Steven's still considering. There you go. 2 cards is the decision that will trigger Reprise. So Steven here is playing around the idea of Reprise here from Oscar. A lot of Oscar's extra damage, his reactions require Reprise. Some of them don't, though. He does have a big handful of 1 cost +3. There's one of the cards that needs the Reprise. Iron Song response sends us up to 9. That is going to be the second one here, so that is going to potentially change up some math later on in the game of what Oscar could potentially have or do. We'll see if Steven keeps an eye on that. Right now, Steven is facing 6 damage, would equal out the life total. Dawn Blade does have go again. So 14 to 14, Steven takes it. Dawn Blade can come in yet again, even though it's a once per turn, because Dorinthea's hero ability, allows you to attack with a second time with a weapon if it is hit this turn. So Oscar pumps with the Brave Forge. Swings in with the Dawn Blade, so that's coming in for 4. 1 card in hand, 1 floating. And likely another attack reaction here. See if Steven plays around there, takes the damage. He needs an ability to return some tempo. He's going to have to use his health at some point here to start soaking it up. We could see 1 card out of hand and the mask, but I would like to think that Steven wants to keep the mask. Exude Confidence is the throw out there from Steven. That card is a money card. It can prevent just straight defensive builds and Kano at the instant speed. Now, you do have a chance to respond to it if you're playing the Kano, but for those that like to rock defense reactions, if you don't block it with the card with greater power than its current power, you will not be able to play defense reaction. So we do see the mask get thrown in there. It's as I expected, but Oscar uses his floating resource to stroke, send it up to 7, gets to draw a card there, and then choose to put it back on top or bottom. So essentially an opt, and he left it on top. Steven did not want to take the damage, so he played his own reaction. Got his block up there to 7. And that'll send it back to his turn with 1 card in hand and 14 to 14 as our life totals. So Steven going to start the chip away. We're looking at more of a controlling Ira for this round. No blocks here from Oscar, taking a total of 3 so far. And that will end it there for Steven. So, you know what? Still not too shabby. Found 3 damage on 1 card. Can't really complain too much, all things considered, there for Ira. But he will have to face down a very deadly attack now that we go back into Oscar's turn with 4 cards in hand. And Iron Song to be the start. That's +1 and Dominate here for this Dawnblade. Until the end of turn, keep in mind. And Oscar has the Refraction Boulders. The key play here, a lot of time for Dorinthia's players, is they will combine the Iron Song response with a Singing Steel Blade to go find a route. And they will route whatever you defended with back to your hand. And because it has Dominate, they can even send back a defense reaction because you would not be able to recast it or replay it. This isn't Magic. You would not be able to replay it. So Steven goes no blocks into reactions. There's a Flick Flack in front of it, blocking 4. This does trigger Reprise because it came out of the hand. So Steven's sitting at 3 in hand still at the moment. And here we go, Singing Steel Blade. Putting it up to 5, and we'll likely see the route. Could also see an Overpowered if we wanted to. Actually wants to give it go again. And draw a card here with the Glint. So he could have popped the Boulders here to give it go again. I think Oscar might be missing out on some damage, depending on what card's in his hand. But hey, you know what? That's what he's the player. He makes the better decisions. That's why he's sitting there, and I'm back here talking to you guys. So draws a card, Oscar does. I would have loved to see the route there. The route would have just been money. But he would have needed the resources to do it. So would have need at least a yellow or above. We're still in reactions here. It is 5/4, so it's still hitting here for Oscar. I would have loved to see him pump it up even higher. You do have your Iron Song out there. Twinning Blades to play. So we may actually see a third, a very rare 3 Dawnblade attack turn. Twinning Blade will allow the Dawnblade to swing an additional time. Dorinthia's ability gives it the effect as well. So now Oscar's coming in for Dominate. Use the 1 floating. Still has a card in hand. This one does not have go again, so would have to pop his bolters here. So Oscar trading out heavy damage straight up off of the front to go in for a wider turn. Normally you see the Dorinthea player just send it. Just YOLO it, eat it big. But alas, deciding to go a different route here against more of the control. His game plan here may just be to find a counter. Start throwing off the defensive Ira math. But he could also be looking to try to get cards out of hand here. From Steven. All right, so Steven's still deciding here. We see the tunic getting thrown out there. It does have an energy on it. So it is active. What would you do in this situation, guys? Would you block it? Given that you just have a 3 block in hand. So Steven's going to take 4, and that's going to put a counter on this Dawnblade and allow it to come in for 5 this turn. This is a trigger, though, so Oscar will have to remember it. There he goes. It gets the counter. It can come in. We'll need a pitch for it, because he doesn't have the courage he can use. decides not to do it, doesn't send it, likes the card instead. So it's just setting up for his later turn. So we got a 10-9. Oscar is up by 1. I'm getting an update here from the players that it's 11-9. I might have missed something there. But Oscar takes the 1 there from the Kodachi, falls to 10. We'll see Steven do it again. Now he's got more cards to work with this time. But no mask here. Would have loved to see his mask. Turn the tempo is a great way to start getting some damage in there. It's for 5. It has go again. Or potentially has go again here. Does need a hit. No floating, 1 card in hand. Tunic is active, so Razor's Reflex is live here. It would not kill Oscar with the straight plus, was at 3. So Oscar could afford to take this. All right, so Oscar takes the 5, no blocks. Razor Reflex is going to be the reaction there. Oscar will fall to 3. Or excuse me, falls to 2. Good grief, math is not my strong suit today, guys. Oh man, what a wild business. So 9-2 is the play coming here. Back into Oscar's turn. Kept all 4 cards in his hands, so they should be pretty explosive. He is in lethal range there. So 7 coming in. A Sharpened Steel plus 3. Dawn Blade at 4. Thanks to the counter. 3 regularly. 1 on the +1. It's definitely going to throw off the math here from Steven. We did see him burn his defense reactions already. Or at least most of his good ones. Most of the reds. Only has 2 to work with in Blitz. So Tunic this time is going to be the throw out. We're not going to probably see another counter there. So smart play there. Whoa, overblocks it by a lot. Oh, no, that's the full 7. Excuse me. This isn't coming in for only 4. It's +3 with the Sharpened. Oscar out for blood. Raises it up by +3. Since Reprise is active, his next attacks will get +1. So 10 this time. And then Dawn Blade's going to come out for 5 on any future attacks if we get there. Steven's going to take the 3, fall to 6. Oscar will have to pop the Refraction Boulders here if he wants to give it go again. That's exactly what he does. So Dawn Blade's looking at 5 power at the moment, if you're keeping that in mind. He may pump it with the bracers, may not. 1 card in Arsenal. He decided not to fire off on the previous turn, which means you know that that's a reaction. Just depends on how deadly it is. If it's a singing Steel Blade, it could be pretty wild. A route would also be pretty wild. So Oscar fires it away. No pump there from the bracers, which tells me he wants to pay for a nice, juicy attack reaction, but he doesn't do it. Steven goes to 1. And it was a Sigil instead. So Oscar valuing the 3 life versus a 4 damage Dawn Blade swing. Not too shabby. Keeps himself pretty healthy. Up to 5. Gets an Arsenal card. And I was wrong. I thought he was coming in with the reaction, trying to close the game out. But Steven survives at 1, 2 cards in hand, and now he's got to get some serious pressure. He's like, do you have the Steel Blade Shunt? Oscar tells him, of course. Oh boy, that's pretty deadly here. So Steel Blade Shunt does say when you defend with a, when you use it to defend, if it defends a weapon attack, your opponent takes 1 damage. So Steven looks like he doesn't want to come in with the Kodachi. Does Oscar mind game him? What do you think? I think he mind game him. I don't think he's got the shunt. Oh boy. Steven, I don't think you can even play around it. I think you have to get the pressure on. Because that Dawn Blade's coming in for 5 total on the next turn. You're not going to get the opportunity to keep your Kodachis back. So I think here, if I'm Steven, I send it. Make him have it. Make him have it. The more turns you give him to get it, the more likely he's going to find it through the deck. That's just statistics. Eventually he'll get there to it. Steven, send it, baby. Let's go. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the steel blade is what it is. He's going to send it, and it's going to just be the wrong advice. I was wrong about that Arsenal card. It was a sigil instead. Ooh, so this is the mind game. This is what makes Dory a lot of fun, or at least sometimes fun to watch. It does. It's a lot of puzzle. It's a very puzzly kind of game. It's almost like you're playing chess. So if you're a big fan of chess and you like playing card games, Dory might be the hero for you. So a little clarification, a little oracle reading there on Shunt. Steven trying to figure out if he's going to send it with the Kodachis or not. I think you do. I think you have to. I think you have to, if I'm in Steven's position here, I think you have to pitch, go Kodachi, attack, and just try to get cards out of hand. Oscar doesn't have to do anything about the first two if he doesn't respect the Razor's Reflex. Steven says, screw this. I'm coming in, baby. Oscar. No blocks, goes to reactions. I don't think he's got it. Is he slow rolling this? Oh my gosh, he had it. Oscar, please. He did. Steven, though, good try. Still had to send. Oh, and he had an immovable in hand too. So yeah, he had to send it in there with the. Kodachis, and man, 2 shunts total on Oscar's deck, and he happens to find it right here. So got him. Steven needed to fade 2 turns. Needed to fade 2 turns on the shunt there, as the sigil was coming up. So Oscar takes it here in round number 2. We'll be seeing more of him, that's for sure. So stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. Round 3's coming at you quickly. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. And then come into the Discord there in the description below and come play some games with us. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you, even if it's just for some discussion. But that'll do it for us. We'll catch you guys in round number 3. Oh boy, that was awkward. I was muted the whole time. Damn. That was pretty good too. Oh well, such is life. Sorry about that, fellas. Welcome into Uncharted Realms' weekly event. This is round 3. We got Aaron and Kurt going at it. Aaron on Ira, Kurt on Bravo, a little Guardian v Ninja action. Kurt's just going to try to come in with some crippling and crushing attacks, while Aaron is going to try to chip away with his Kodachis for 1. There we go. I got it back. That was pretty close to what I said at first. So, Aaron fired away on his turn, Sigil, Command, and Conquer. And Kurt also did that. 1 second here. There we go. I think they got it figured out. Let's see here. Yeah, so All right, there we go. Had a little question there. Yeah, I know, Kat. Thank you. You couldn't hear me. I'm aware. I found out. How are you guys doing? Who do you have? Do you have Ninja or do you have Bravo? That was a pretty deadly attack there. A Command and Conquered Pummel. Ooh. Got a discard and got the Arsenal. Kurt coming out strong. Aaron completely getting tempoed out here, but still remains 22-20. Just a little recap there. We saw Kurt come in with his own Command and Conquer. Both Command and Conquers now, or one Command and Conquer apiece from both our Ninja and Guardian player. And here we go. We got a Crippling Crush. Dominated for 11. Aaron's about to discard some more cards here. I'll tell you what. That is what he's about to do. Like I said, these are going to be some crippling and crushing attacks. And we got them both all in one here. As the Dominated Crippling Crush is looking freaking spicy. Aaron, though, can play defense reactions to this. So if he does have one in his arsenal that he couldn't play against the Command and Conquer, he could still have that there. So he needs to get this down under 4 damage. So wants to take less than 7. So needs to get this to 8 block. It's going to be tough to do without using any of his equipment. So I choose 3 with the 3 out of hands. The mask brings up to 5, and defense reaction is going to give it another plus 4. So it should be 8 total. Excuse me. So it's only made 3. So there we go. Aaron takes 3, falls at 17, but doesn't have to discard, but loses his mask. So big plays here from Kurt. Great way to start it off. If you're looking at this, you're like, darn, Kurt has a huge advantage in this Blitz game. But Aaron is going to try to come back, try to wrestle back tempo control. But Kurt, he's a Guardian. He gets to stay just rough and tough. Throws equipment in front of the way. Oh boy, yeah. Oldheim will be able to play all of the old generic Guardian cards if he wants, and I assume he will. The headgear is still pretty decent. The chest piece, I think the ice chest piece might be pretty good. We're just gonna have to see how the strategies devolve, but tectonic plating is pretty good on the chest, all things considered. But yeah, so the new Guardian is looking freaking sweet. Let me tell you what. So Kurt, as I'm talking, took a leg tap, got kicked down to 16 health, and we go back into his turn. And he coming in with the Rouse the Ancients, revealing a Choke Slam. Gets up to the 13 total. 7 go again on this Rouse the Ancients. Look at that, not too bad. Great card there. Yeah, I'm super excited for the new Guardian. I think the new Guardian definitely came out on top in terms of new heroes. That is for sure. Well, at least from my point of view, I know a lot of people have kind of been gushing over this Runeblade hero, but all things considered, you know, Runeblade really just is an attacking magic guy. So it'll still remain to be seen if they can combo the pieces together. The new guy is not going to have a lot of non-attack action cards to play out of Banish, so keep that in mind. That is not going to be as deadly as the Chain is. People keep throwing the idea that Chain is the new guy, or the new guy will be able to play like Chain, and that's just not going to be the case. The new guy is going to be restricted by cards from hand. Yeah, Slim, I agree. I like the new Guardian. I'm probably still going to play my Kano Blitz and Defensive Prism. I got a nice defense reaction Prism, tank Prism build for Classic Constructed that I will probably keep moving forward. But hey, you know what? I'm playing in 3 or 4 pre-release events and buying 2 cases of first edition, so you never know. might just pull the spice. So back into game, 16-16 is the life total. Kurt's got the advantage here. E-strike for 5, go again. I believe, hold on, hasn't chosen yet. Gets to bury a card, then choose. 5, go again it is. That leaves 2 cards in his hand, which means we're probably seeing a Nothos attack this turn. Most of the brute stuff require about 5 attacks, so With Command and Conquer, or with Class Constructed, should I build on one of my Blitz decks, or is it best to start from scratch? It depends on what you're trying to do, right? So I'm a big fan of Aggro Prism and Blitz. So here we go. Pummel coming in for 4, like we thought. So E-Strike Hammer. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. For most parts, like my Kano Blitz upgrades into Classic Constructed Kano pretty easily. But I just got to take a few pieces. A lot of my Blitz cards do remain on the sideboard for the most part, but they are still there in the deck. But for like Prism or like Katsu or some of the ninjas, things can definitely change around. I know my Prism completely changes between the Blitz and Class Constructed. So Aaron here though, Kadachi, there's 3 damage going in. Kurt takes it. Falls to 13. Aaron coming in for another Soul Beat Strike for 4. It looks kind of rainbow. I think that's rainbow foil. Maybe not. That's hard to tell. Might be a nice spicy card. So Razor's Reflex here. Give another +3. 7 total. Kurt falls to 6. So Aaron, wrestling control back in this game. Exude Confidence for 4. Doesn't have anything else to pay for it. So you know that's all he's got coming in. It's only 4, but Kurt thinking he wants to take it. Yeah, the Ira is real good. If you like the Ira, you'll also like Aggro Prism probably. The non-pump Aggro Prism. So just throw in go again attacks right at your opponent for meat. Now there's a nice spicy Aggro Prism I like that just pumps up. You know, +5, +4. And then you rip away your own Phantasm. Keep yourself safe with the Blinding Beams. It's pretty spicy. Something to keep in mind. So Kurt deciding on this 4 here. Can't play defense reactions to it if he doesn't block it with a card with greater power or equal power. You know Bravo can definitely do that. So Kurt, ooh, he's got a spicy attack. Is this a Dominated Crippling Crush we're about to see? Oh boy. Kurt, 5 cards to work with, 1 in arsenal. 4 cards in hand. Took a lot of help for that. Yeah, which list is that? The defensive prism? Alright, so Kurt, Tome of Feigned Out wants to gain life. I like it. Maze Master Boots allowed Kurt to play it as an instant, so he didn't take up his action point. So Kurt effectively gave himself a resource floating and gains 5 life from it. So not too shabby. Aggro Prism. Yeah, you got it. I'll send you the list. It was last time I had it was more or less of a rough draft, but it was pretty close to what I was super happy with. And actually my girlfriend ended up really enjoying it and will likely play that. She usually plays Ira, but I think she's going to play Prism from here on out. Ended up enjoying how it played. So Kurt asking how much blocks on equipment left. Ooh, that tells me this is probably a Dominated Crippling Crush. That could just absolutely win the game here for Kurt. Not in life totals, because Aaron will still be able to block it, but and just complete tempo control. Yep, Dominating Crippling Crush. There it is. Pitch for 9, 1 there. Left in hand, he's going to be able to arsenal. Now, to be fair, I do say the tempo control, Aaron will have to put 1 card out of his hand. He will have 3 to go back in on his turn. And Kurt will have to respect that. But look at his equipment. Still has some blocks available. 2 on a Tectonic Plating. At least. Aaron blocks 4. Takes 7. This is going to crush. He's going to lose 2 cards. So he's going to have 1 card in hand to work with. So, and we're just going through our random procedure there. Kurt's going to roll for it. Got to get 2. So the last one. And then just cut it in half here, boys. Odds are even, however you want to do it. Number 2. Turn a tempo red. So Aaron will have 1 card in hand. I have 4 life. And Kurt, complete control of the game after that. Seismic Surge token you see is also there. And this is looking scary for our Ninja player because he will not be able to get this. He will not be able to rep 7 damage. Most he can do is make this life totals equal. And we'll likely see Kurt just let it happen. Nice job here from Bravo. Just that excellent early Command and Conquer was kind of what just set this whole game up. And Kurt's just been running it from there. So Kurt going to block 1. There goes his gauntlets. Blocks 2 with the chest piece. Doesn't even take any life here. So 4 to 7. We'll get that re-updated. Seismic Surge is gone. No Kurt. Already used both his Crippling Crushes, though, but Spinal's still on the line. Dominated with the Bravo ability. Pay 2. The next attack action card with 3 or more cost gains Dominate. And it's going to be that Spinal Crush, like we talked about. Still has the ability to even pummel this if he wants. I think we're about ready to see a dead ninja. Cloth armor, no good. Against just these meaty attacks. Aaron's going to block 3 and die. Oh, Kurt. Respectfully, disrespectfully, showing the pummel. And takes it. So, is that's going to pump it up another 4. At the end of the day, it's going to be 13 over 3, be 10 total. And Kurt, nice job there, taking it. Absolutely awesome. So I'll wrap it up here for round number 2. I'll get those deck lists your way there, Slim Drew, probably after the event. I do got to tweak it out, so it may be a day, maybe tomorrow afternoon, because I'll play test it, just make sure it's actually good. But or at least my updates, my changes are good. I know it runs well, but that'll wrap it up here in round 3. We're halfway there, guys. We got 3 more rounds coming at you. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. They'll come at you quick, fast, and hurry. If you blink, if you turn away, you'll miss it. If you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe. And come join us on the Discord. But catch you guys. Start round 4. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to Uncharted Realms' weekly event. I'm Brent, a long-time streamer to be named, and we are Uncharted Realms, and we are excited because we're halfway there. 4 out of 6. We got still 3 rounds, including this one, coming at you tonight. So let me know how you're doing here at the halfway point. Get your Bon Jovi playing. Can't do it on stream, don't want that copyright. Or the payments, cease and desist letters can get kind of ugly. I'd like to stay away from the law. Don't let them know where I'm at. No, I just. So, Oscar versus Liko here. Oscar playing that Dorinthea. He's, again, another familiar name. Liko should also be a familiar name for you guys. As he, hailing out of Australia, is representing his country well here at our events. Does pretty decently. He's been playing back-to-back events for a while now. So, doing pretty strong. So, Oscar versus Liko. Dory versus Ira. Liko here. Went to his turn, just Arsenal and pass. Into Oscar's turn. Coming in for 6. Sharpened Steel. Into Dawnblade. 2 floating. Nothing crazy on equipment. Standard equipment from both players. Mask, Tunic, Gloves, and Snapdragons. There for Liko. And Skullcap, Courage, Brave Force Bracers, and the Refraction Boulders for Oscar. So, no craziness there. Liko here going to block 6, trigger Reprise, and will likely take 3 here when Oscar fires off his attack reaction. There it is. Stroke of Foresight pumps it up to 9. Oscar will cycle a card. I guess we'll draw and then choose to put it top or bottom. And puts it back on top. Liko doesn't look like he minds it at all. Glint gives it go again. Is not going to have to break his boots and gets to draw the card he put back on top. So I think he drew that Glint on the stroke. Liko's going to flick flack though. Oh my gosh, Oscar, Iron Song response. Yeah, a lot of reactions here. So that's going to pump it up by another 3, put it to 12 to 10. Oscar will take 2. This Dawnblade does have go again. He'll come back in with the naked 3, no cards in hand. Liko might not want to spend these cards. But if he does, he will prevent a counter getting placed on this Dawnblade. Now his own turn will get kind of neutered, but not the end of the world. Liko's considering the counter is that bad. I don't mind here a block out of hands into just Kadachi on your turn here from Liko. That's what he's going to do. Blocks the 3 of it. No counter here for Oscar. I like it. I was worried that Oscar was going to have to burn some equipment here in this turn, but did not have to pop his boulders. Found the glint on the stroke draw, so that was pretty nice. All right, so Tunic goes up to 2 here for Liko. Needs to get up to 3, so one more turn and that will be active. But for now, it is Kadachi for 1. So who do you guys have in this matchup? Liko or Oscar? I think my money is going back on the Dory player. Dory is just straight juice. Doing well in Blitz and Classic Constructed. Keep that in mind if you're ever building a deck. Pretty simple, I wouldn't say simple here, that's not what I'm going for, but pretty simple conversion from Blitz to Classic Constructed. And if you like mind games, that's the hero for you. Get that reaction, get the reaction time. So, 18 to 18, refraction boulders were used to block, so Oscar's looking to pop those off pretty quick here. As the Dawnblade comes in for a naked 3. Liko's no defense, doesn't want to trigger reprise. Smart plan. Smart man with a smart plan. Goes to reactions. Liko, no reactions. Oscar's trying to get that reprise trigger. He will have to crack his boots here. So, a lot of times the Warrior player likes to have the Steel Blade Supremacy, there we go. Or the Iron Song Termination out to just pump their Dawnblade for the entire turn when they go on their equipment refraction bolter's turn. But alas, Oscar's not going to be able to do it, and he pitches a Singing Steel Blade out of hand to come in for another 3. He doesn't think Liko's going to block it or trigger the prize, or he has a second one waiting around. Because that is a money card there. Nice Dorinthea specialization card. Liko overblocking up to 6. So Oscar already has 1 Iron Song response down. Allows the block to be good. Arsenal's 1 goes back to Liko. And we lost the camera. So hold on. Hey, Liko. Okay, technical difficulties here out of Discord. So 1 second. The spiders got to his internet, and so he's gonna have to restart. Send him some hopes and prayers. You know, adopt a child in need. For 5 cents a day, you can get his webcam back. I'm going to try to help him get his webcam back. And we're back. All right. Welcome back, Liko. The donations help, guys. Thank you a lot. Remember, always adopt a child in need in the arms of an angel. Okay. All right. You don't pay me for my singing voice. Yeah, I mean, you don't pay me at all, so that's fair. But it's certainly not for singing. So, back into Liko's turn. After losing there, 18 to 15 is the health total. So, we'll get a little reoriented back into this game. Tunic's at 3 counters. So it's active, and the only equipment attrition we've had so far is the refraction bolters. So Liko coming in with Kadachi for 1. Kadachi for 2 is the second play. And the Courage getting thrown out. We may see that get popped on the next turn here for Oscar. So it'll be strike for 4 if it hits go again. This will trigger, or will not trigger mask because the second Kadachi was blocked. And I believe Liko is out of cards in hand because he did spend 2 to block on the previous turn. No blocks declared there for Oscar. So Oscar's going to use his life total as a resource here and gain tempo advantage. Falls 2 under his opponent here, as the Australian is no longer down under. He draws back up to 4, nothing in Arsenal, as Oscar has 5 cards total to work with, 4 in hand, 1 in Arsenal, and the Arsenal card is going to be a Warrior's Valor, +3, and if the Dawnblade hits, go again. Courage is popped there like I thought. Coming in for Dawnblade for 6. It's free. Courage reduces the cost of your weapon attacks by 1 resource on this turn. Dawnblade only costs 1, so effectively it is free. So 6. 6 coming at Liko. And if it hits, go again. No counters yet on this Dawnblade. Oscar's still fighting tooth and nail to get it, but Liko's doing an excellent job preventing it. Now we got 2 cards out of the hands, plus the gauntlets is what it looks like here. Liko's going to try to overblock this. Nope, doesn't want to. Block 6 triggers reprise. We did see one of Oscar's Singing Steel Blades go into the deck already. No shuffle effect yet. So he's going to be waiting for that second one to come around before he gets too spicy here. So Stroke of Foresights or Out for Bloods is going to be the play. Out for Blood, is it? Ooh, critically here though, Oscar. For those keeping in mind. Throws the Steel Blade Supremacy, opted not to use it to pump there. Needs the go again here. And Liko, you know he's got the defense reactions. Got it. A photo. What local game store is that? Hit me up. It's awesome to see you here. Where are you guys hailing from? Where you at? Liko coming in. Kadachi for 1. 1 card in hand. Oscar taking 1. Kadachi for 2. Love seeing you guys in here. Hope you guys are having a good time. Hope everything's looking good for you guys. And now you can follow along with the action. I may not be completely sane today, but you know what? Streamer be named here's got my back and is doing just straight money here on these card displays. As Oscar's turn, a lot of cards in the grip. 4 cards, 1 in arsenal. Iron Song Termination into Sharp of Steel into Dawnblade. 2 floating. Route is possibility here. Seeing Steel Blade in the route is also a possibility. Whew, overpower as well. We might see a dead ninja. We might on this turn, but Liko commenting how rough this is. I agree with him. I want to see a ninja take it. We've been seeing ninjas get crushed in the previous couple of rounds. So, a photo. I hope you guys are you guys running your own Friday night events there, or just catching in on the fab action. Liko, no blocks here. Out for Blood +3 doesn't need the reprise to get the +3 effect. The reprise for Out for Blood just pumps the next weapon attack. So this goes up to 10. Liko falls to 5, but this Dawnblade does not have go again. So Liko took a huge chance there with the Dominate. Didn't want to trigger reprise, didn't want to die. I like that there. Keeps himself alive. No Singing Steel Blade action. No ability to go get an overpowered or any other way to end that game. So dedicated play there from Liko, but now he's got a huge health disadvantage. Needs to start back into this game. Needs to climb back in. Rip out some cards here from Oscar, but Oscar is incentivized not to block for most of this. Liko's going to need to put some extreme pressure here. So Kadachi for 1. No blocked. 11 makes the life total here for Oscar. Kadachi for 2. No surprise there. It's Ira. You know it's coming. Oscar here considering. He's got 1 block available on his skull cap once he falls under life, and he's got 2 block there with the bracers if he wants. But Liko doesn't have a mask, so Oscar just going to allow that to hit. I should say Liko had the mask, but it was no longer active as he used it to block earlier. So there's an overpowered and his bracers blocking for 5. No go again at the moment, but Liko's considering firing something up. Makes me think he's got a Razor's Reflex in hand, which will give this go again. That's what he does. Roam remaining. Razor's Reflex pumps it up. It's 2 over the block at the moment. 7 to 5. And the defense reactions here for Oscar. He does fire it off. Steel Blade Shunt. So Liko actually did a great job here pulling cards out of the hand here from Oscar. We're going to go back into his turn with 1 card in hand, 1 in arsenal. Oh, Liko had already had go again. Oh no, it has to hit there for the Razor's Reflex. So he wants to guarantee this go again. And you know what? That's a pretty good card to follow up with. Pounding Gale for 5. did he have 1, 2? Oh, with the tunic counter. There we go. Had to double check the energy there. Pulled the counters off the tunic to be able to do this. And gives it +1 there after no blocks declared from Oscar. So pumps that up to +6. He can break his gauntlets to give his next, or to give the combo card +1. So Oscar falls at 3, Lico's at 5. Ooh, spicy game here at the end here. I thought we were about ready to see Oscar blow this out, but we're going into his turn with 1 card in hand, 1 in arsenal, and no counters crucially on the Dawnblade. Means Lico did an excellent job navigating around these turns, keeping himself alive and keeping himself in a position to just really crush this game, or to win it. Can't really say crush, but to definitely win it. But Oscar, never count the man out. Actually, he did have the mask. I'm sorry. That was a previous game. We've seen too many ninjas. We've seen too many ninjas going around. So I didn't see it off the camera. I thought he already blocked with it. That's my bad. Bad call here from me. I guess I got to go vlog myself in the street or something. You want to throw vegetables? Got any rotten vegetables you might have sitting at home? Anyway, so Oscar, that's all I did. 1 Dawnblade coming in. Back to Arsenal card in hand. So Lico, 4-3. Lico's definitely got the advantage now. Oscar blocks 1 with the skull cap, thanks in part that he has less life. We're going to see Lico come in again with the next one, most likely. Kodachi for 2. There it is. 1 resource floating for Lico. 2 power coming at him. Oscar could theoretically take this if he wants. If he doesn't believe Lico has his last remaining Razor's Reflex. Okay, thank you. Yeah, throw that beer can. I felt it. I was like, oh, the shame. One thoroughly humiliated guy. Okay, so Oscar takes the damage, blocks with the bracers there for 1. So vault to 2. Exude confidence for 4 with 2 cards in hand and 1 floating. Oh, this is a play, Lico. Let's go. So Oscar is not going to be able to defend this with defense reactions unless he has a Nourishing Emptiness or Command and Conquer in hand. Because Dawnblade Dorinthea generally does not play attack reactions, or does not play attack action cards. And so Exude Confidence's ability there will be in effect, which means Oscar will not be able to play or activate instances or defense reactions on this combat chain. So that is Exude Confidence coming in for 4 at the moment. He can pay 3 to pump it up to 2 extra. So every 3 he pays gets +2. So theoretically, with 2 cards in hands, he could give it another 4. So it could potentially be an attack for 8. Oscar's sitting at 2, no equipment to block with, and likely no defense reactions. Oscar blocks 6. Lico, you guarantee can pump this. If he pumps this by 2, he gets there. Lico, do it. I don't know if he sees it. He might not. Oh, boy. Oh, he didn't do it. Oh, no. Lico actually had the win there. I don't think he knew it. Now, to be fair, Oscar could have a sigil. So, even double reds in the hand, he had 1 floating. Wasn't enough to get there to the 3. Oh, he did. He would have needed 2 pumps. Excuse me. There we go. I forgot. He was a block for 6, and there was 4. First, I know. You saw it before me. Oh, I got too hyped there for a second. I got too early. Speaking of sigils, though, Lico's got 1. Goes up to 7. No blocks. Route coming in. Pumps it to 6. Lico here. Would fall to 1. Oh man, yeah, see, that's what happens when I get too hype. I stopped mathing, and the math just doesn't work out. The math did not check out on that one. I was like, oh, he could pump it. Theoretically, he would needed a blue and a yellow in hand, and he likely had reds. Yeah, red sink below, so that guarantees that. So excuse me, I was wrong. I thought he had it. I was on the edge of my seat, jumping up and down. I thought it was there. But excuse me. So, boys, we're in the grind here. This is like the trenches. These guys are trying to stab each other with their bayonets back and forth, but no one is given an inch. Lico's just You know, the man down under's got the sink belows. It's pretty thematic if you ask me. Double sink belows blocks 8 there for Liko. So full block out there. Oscar's gonna pass out the turn. Still has that card in arsenal. Tunic ticks back up. We probably won't get to 3 counters. If we do, I'll be surprised, as Liko starts a Kodachi pressure. So this is where we start getting into the deadly eye returns. Once you can start forcing a card out per Kodachi, you are getting a great rate because it only costs you 1 card to do so. So Oscar goes to 1. So now is forced to block every Kodachi for the rest of the game until he finds his own sigil. So there's the first block. Fluster Fist for 2. So keep an eye out on Liko's future turns. I think he makes it past his turn. I think in the future turns, though, Liko is going to have enough health to save up, and you'll watch Liko's hand. Eventually, he'll get to 3 cards a turn, and eventually up to 4. And then all he's going to need to do is find a Kodachi, an attack for 4, and he's got it closed out. Mathematically win the game on that. So just Domblade coming in for 3. As long as Liko doesn't get blown out here by some reprise shenanigans, he's got this game. I believe an Iron Song response is still active here, right? It's possible here. If Oscar has like a route into Iron Song, he can do it. I believe he's played it, though. He does still have, remember, Singing still is coming back. Singing Steel Blade, so that could also trigger stuff. And, as I'm being told, a Steel Blade Supremacy. So that could be Oscar's way to climb back into the game. Liko here is at 10, actually, if we wouldn't mind going ahead and get that updated with the double sigils. So, keep in mind, though, for you guys that haven't seen it, Oscar did 1 turn kill an opponent. On his turn 1, he was the first turn player, and he did OTK with his Dorinthea build. Now, it was a wizard, and the wizard had a very unfortunate blocking hand, but it's possible that Oscar can get there up to 10 life, and he gets 6 of it right here as Liko falls to 4, but gets a 4-card hand, so it doesn't even need to really go crazy with it. We're just going to see Kodachi, attack, and that should end the game. If Oscar makes it out of here, it'll be a miracle. It needs sigils. Drew. Slimmy Drew, we will see you on Sunday. I'm excited. I'll be happy to have you. Look forward to seeing what you come up with. Big fan of that aggro prism. Hopefully you put that together. Or whatever you got. You know, I'm always looking for them spicy lists. So, Oscar deciding on the first block. It's Blue Dauntless. See Kodachi for 2, or should. Maybe not. No. Liko, Command and Conquer instead for 7. Wants to blow out the card in Arsenal. Now, this will still require at least 2 cards. Likely 3. Actually, no, defense reactions can't be played, so this will guarantee 3 cards here from Oscar. Barring any sigils. Sunday is Blitz again. We're going to rock Blitz Friday at 5 p.m. And Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for both of those. And we're at least rocking Blitz until the end of the XP, the 90-day XP. So that's October 1st. And then we'll take so we got a poll going at the moment to see if anybody wants to throw in some classic constructed games for actual events. And at the moment, Blitz is a leading favorite. But we are considering running in some just kind of offshoot classic constructed games other days throughout the week for those that maybe want to get a couple classic constructed games in. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Blitz currently for both events at the moment. So Oscar wasn't able to do anything except Arsenal card. Now he did have that sigil. So his life total is going to be at 3. Can use a little bit now. A set of cards. So Liko, start to chip away again. Kodachi for 2. This one's coming in lethal. Yeah, we'd love to have you. Come on and play on Sunday. Oh, Exude Confidence for 4 again. We're here again. Yeah, I tell you what, this is just the money plays. Look at that. Exude Confidence against Dawn Blade Dorinthea. Now, it looks to me like Oscar may have took out his Nourishing Emptinesses. I haven't seen him. His 2 matches so far. So interesting. He may have made some tech decisions there for this Dorinthea. Exude again is nasty. I know. Like, look at this. The mind games are real. Or just straight the kill. No defense reactions here. More likely, or most likely. But Oscar, he may have that. He may have that Nourishing Emptiness as a 1-of or something hidden, waiting around. How bad would it be to have that in Arsenal right now, though? Ooh, I feel pretty rip on that. So Oscar is going to have to come at this with at least 2 cards and just hope and just pray Liko does not have a blue in hand, because a blue and a red will do it, because Tunic is at 3 counters. So block 6. All right, let's see. Liko, do you have the blue? Checking to make sure they don't have attack. They are both reactions. No attack on the action. So Liko's going to pump up. Pumps it up to 8. That'll do it. Ooh, actually, hold on. Sigils, baby. Don't count him out. Never count Oscar out. Hold on. Oh, actually, he can't sigil. Yeah, hold on. All right, guys. So a little clarification on that. What's going on? So because we play a little bit more casually competitive, we try to avoid a lot of gacha scenarios. And Liko, being a awesome player, is going to allow it to walk back, because Oscar does have a chance to respond to the confidence with the sigil. So yes, a lot of stuff did happen, and if this was an actual like a super competitive event, like your road to nationals, or like prizes were really on the line for this game, Liko would have to win there. But Liko opted. He's like, hey, I'm gonna roll it back, let you cast that sigil, because Oscar wasn't aware it also blocked instances. And then we're gonna continue with the awesome gameplay for there. I think Liko still has it, but it's awesome that we just get more flesh and blood gameplay. So if anybody has a problem with that, I mean, feel free to mention it in chat. But at this point, I'm gonna go with the gameplay over any sort of just gacha action. So It was Lico's choice. He had the opportunity whether or not he wanted to walk it back, and he opted also to continue playing. So the more reps you can get, the better off you are. So we really appreciate that with our players. Remember, we like to play casually competitive here, be very facilitating for new players and experienced players alike. So we appreciate the sportsmanship out of Lico. And I was wrong here. His counters on his tunic did make it back up to 3. It's amazing what sigils can do. 3 life, you're talking a 7th of your total life pool right back for you. We do know Oscar. Oscar's a very familiar face here, so definitely nothing nefarious going on, guys, that might be thinking so, that, oh, wait to see what he can pump and try to sneak in a sigil there. But in all reality, it's still above board, and these guys have played a couple times now. Lico definitely needs the reps. He may be watching this back. Don't hate me, but help him fire it away. You know, we got the time anyway, so you could be staring at a pause screen, or we could be watching Flesh and Blood. And you know what? I don't know about you, but I'm gonna watch the Flesh and Blood instead. So Kadachi coming in for 2. Oscar's at 2, so this is lethal. We are just gonna see more attacks. So Lico just needs 2 more attacks total. Does get blocked. 2 in there. Oh, 3 in there for Oscar. So not this turn. At least not yet. Not without another exude, but they are all gone. Ooh, Command and Conquer though. That could still do it. If you're gonna watch Tunic pop again, there's no way. There's no way. I will lose my mind. It's possible, actually. It is. But Command and Conquer here though for 6. If Oscar's staring at defense reactions here, that's gonna be bad news bears territory. At least he's going to get 2 cards out of his hand. Oh boy, leave him with 1. Blocking 6. There's the Nursing Emptiness if you only had it on the previous turn. So he didn't take him out. Which a money card. Some money upgrade there for Monarch, for Dawnblade. Just absolutely, you don't run any other attack actions. And look how slim that deck is getting. Oscar, though, going to come in with just a Dawnblade. Does have a card there in Arsenal. Actually, if this is a route, I think he used the second one. But if this is a route, Lico actually gets blown out here. With 2 floating in a route, if he just blocks this for 3 with the reprise trigger. Because it sends it back to hand, and then it'll be 3 + 3 is 6 with no block. But nah, Lico's going to be smart about this. He'll likely throw 2 in front of it. Or 1 and the Tunic. And then we won't... Yeah, 1 in the Tunic. So that way, I was right. We won't see it again. Just forget about the last time it popped. No Ace on the route left. I agree with you. But it does have an Iron Song. There it is. There's the second one. I was like, I'm pretty confident I've seen it. But I always leave it on the table just in case. It's always good to get a graveyard check at that point. Just double check there. But Lico doesn't care because he's got the defense reactions back into his turn. That's deck getting real slim. Sun's getting real low, big guy. As Lico moves to close this game out with Kadachi for 1. Oscar checking his own graveyard. It's he's not gonna like what he sees. That is for sure. Remember, we haven't seen. I don't remember seeing the Steel Blade yet. Again, do you? I know it's come around. Raises Reflex. Is it? Oscar only runs a 2 Steel Blade shunts. Doesn't have enough there to block. Yeah, Kadachi's. That's the scary ninja bit. You can technically still make decisions in the game, but the decisions are you're going to block with that card from your hands, and then you're going to block the next one. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, you technically do get controlled out. So Lico, it takes it here after some great sportsmanship too. We got to extend our game, and that will end it up here for us in rounds number 4. We got round 5 coming at you pretty shortly because we are busting time a little bit. But they had a little extension due to the stream and the camera problem. So we'll come back at you guys pretty quick. Don't go anywhere. Round 5 coming shortly. Hey everyone, and welcome to Uncharted Realms' weekly event. We're in round number 5. Which means prize giveaway coming up after this one. But before we get there, we got to watch Oscar and Lico. Or excuse me, not Oscar and Lico. We got Kurt and Lico here. duking it out. That'll get updated there shortly. Lico's on top, Kurt's on bottom. Sorry about that, guys. Whoops. And right after all that praise in the previous round, but hey, you know what? It's okay. Sometimes you take, sometimes you give. And right now we're giving all the hate right out of the heart. But no, I jest. Lico v. Kurt, who do you have? I was getting some flame in the lobby for this, so we'll see. I think I got to go with Kurt on this one because I may or may not have gone with Kurt the last time. So that way he at least gets a 50-50 there because I didn't put my money on it last time. But Trio, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're enjoying yourself on this awesome Friday, for us, Friday evening, but for a lot of you, potentially Saturday morning. So Kurt here is going to be our turn one. So maybe this plays more in Ira's favor, actually, all things considered. I think this could be just a tempo play kind of matchup, but these crippling crushes get crazy. Kurt is going to do a crush effect here, but it's spinal, which is not a bad one here. We're going to see Lico. Lico's definitely not going to want to take this. So it needs to get up to 6 block. It is dominated. He's got nothing in arsenal, so there's a good chance. It's a good chance that he at least gets the mask here. Now, we do know Lico has more of a defensive build. So yeah, give me, guys, who do you have in this one? Lico or Kurt? Bravo v Ninja, or excuse me, Bravo v Ira, Ninja v Guardian. Yeah, there it is. Got the mask. Got it. Got up to 6. Lico taking 3 on his turn 1, but definitely can't afford to lose go again. That's kind of like the whole strategy for Ninja. It's kind of the whole idea. So Lico had to bust up his equipment. You never want to see that on your turn 0. Kurt all day from the Fighters Guild. You're right. Mask on turn 1. See, I like to get the votes in prior to what we see, but you know what? Makes a pretty solid case here for Kurt if you want to switch it up. I don't know if this vote isn't ethically secure. You can switch it anytime, so get your bets in either way. That way you're always a winner. So Kurt or Lico, Kadachi, Kurt weathers the storm. On the second one, I thought there, it looked like he was throwing his equipment in front of it. Maybe he took that back. Yep, he's still considering it. Oh, okay, there we go. Gauntlets went in front, like we thought. Kurt almost took it back, but didn't want to. So turn to tempo here, coming in for 5. Now remember, that mask is gone. So Kurt no longer under threat of drawing cards. Matt, I believe, right? Out of the Fighters Guild. How are you doing? Did you guys have a good event yesterday? I believe you're on Thursdays. I could be wrong. Correcting me if I'm wrong there. So Lico, getting a full 5, torn to tempo hit. Kurt falls to 14. He must like his hand. This is looking pretty good. Lico's not going to give Kurt a lot of time to set this stuff up. Kurt lets him know it's unnecessary. I agree. Woo! Another 7. This would send Kurt down to half his life at the minute. It's Mondays. Okay, that's right. Mondays. I'll have to update that when people ask. I know a lot of times people are looking for more online events throughout the week. So Mondays. I gotcha. Kurt, he is actually going to put 2 out of the hand. He's not gonna take it this time. He was trying to stack up, trying to keep the tempo advantage there with his health, but as Kurt claims, it was extremely dirty. Super. So into Kurt's turn now, we might just see a hammer come in and an arsenal. Hammer for 4. Not exactly the same as a giant. Absolutely massive 15 damage threat there from Lico on the last turn. 3 from the Kadachis. Actually, excuse me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 damage total. Excuse me. Because it was 3 from the Kadachis, 4 from the Soul Bead. Oh, no. 3 from the Kadachis, 4 from the Soul Bead, 5 from the pounding, and then 7 from the flying kick. So my math is just way off. 10, 19. There we go. 19 total. We got there eventually. Correct me if I'm wrong there, guys. So we move back into Lico's turn. He's got everything he wants to work with. 4 cards in the grip. Starts off with a Kodachi for 1. Now his Tunic is at 2. I guess the only downside here to the Ira is that the mask is not active. But you know what? Do you really care that much? I don't know. I don't know if you do. Especially not after a turn like that. Kurt falls to 11. Comboed in with an E-Strike for 7. Snapdragon Scalers are still active here for Lico. It could give this go again if he wants. Has 1 resource floating. So we can see another spicy turn just back to back to back. You thought Kurt was nasty with a Command and Conquer pummel, Crippling Crush, Spinal Crush pummel. As we saw there in round 3. It's kind of getting his just desserts here. As Karma. In the form of Ira. Came back. You know, Ira got defeated the last time too. It wasn't Ira. Kind of just bashed through all the cloth protection, but Lico's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take advantage for my fellow brethren of the cloth, of the ninja. Come back and stab you back. Of the sword, maybe. That's probably a better way. Fellow brethren of the sword, I don't know. Stabby brothers? Now we're getting kind of weird. There's probably a couple of videos about that you probably do not want to Google. Anyways, 7 still coming at Kurt. Blocks it for 3. Lico will give it go again. So Kurt falls to 7. Or it took 4 with the 3 blocks. 7 over 3 makes 4. And Pounding Gale once again for 5. Oh my god, there is no holding Lico down. There's just no stopping him. He's going ham. 5. Coming in. Yeah, but Matt there, Fire Skill, let me know, how did your Monday go, man? You guys have any spicy, I'm looking for just always building up metas, you know, in my head. Looking for spicy reports, spicy games, waiting for that Azalea player, you know. Waiting for him to come in and do well, have a good time. There was a second place out there for those following the Road to Nationals results. But still waiting. Kurt, deciding what he wants to do here. Not a lot of good options for Bravo. Needs to keep a lot of cards in hand. That's why he gets so much block on his equipment. He's got 3 left available there for the equipment to block with. The tectonic plating and the boots. Kurt won that week? Oh my gosh, get him out of here. We can't allow this. We can't allow him to win here too. He'd be unstoppable. The ego. We would never be able to get him back down to earth. He'd just be gone. Uh-oh. Lico, my man. I jest. So Lico wants to keep pushing the damage here. Does break his gauntlets there to give it an extra 1. Brings us 6 over 3. Since Kurt's down to 4, Kurt's got a lot of waste. He's 3 times under. He's got a third of his opponent's health. But he does have cards to work with now. And, you know, maybe he just needs a chance. 2 weeks in a row? Get at. Oh, my gosh. There's no stopping this man. He actually came in. He almost, his first time here, he almost had the run. But Oscar took him down. He's like, hey, showed him what's what. On stream, too. But Kurt gave him a good run for his money. I will tell you that. So here we see Kurt getting the instant speed Tome of Faendal, thanks to the Mage Master boots. Creates a Surge token. Went back up to 8 life, thanks to the Tome. The 4 card hands. All right, so dominated. 2 cards left, or 3 cards left. Crippling Crush. Look at that. That's all you need. Sometimes you just got to start it. That's why we love the Mage Master boots here with the Bravo. You think, what is this? What is this Guardian doing with those tiny, crappy boots? You know what I'm saying? This is a wizard thing. But no, it's a Bravo. He can get magical as well. He can get special. Gets a Tome out there for instant speed that sets this up, allows this to happen. And Kurt making full use of it. Lico, though, Sigils, which we've seen to be just absolutely money today. Puts him back up to 16. Red Flick Flack out of the hand for 4. Takes 5. Can't get under the crush even with the tunic. Actually takes 7. Takes 7 total because it's up at 11. Sorry, math again didn't check out. I was listening to Lico. Discards the 2 cards left in his hands. And Kurt ripped tempo right back in his favor. Just went and grabbed it. I was like, this is mine. You had some too spicy turns, but I don't care. This is mine. And he's in a great spot right now, as Lico's going to have to pass his turn now. His tunic does get active, goes up to 3 counters. But Kurt now will give a chance to just double in on Command and Conquers and Crippling Crushes if he draws it again. But he's going to start with the Rouse. We got a Disable and Chokeslam. Makes our 13. So that makes his Rouse the Ancient 7 with Go Again. You have to reveal up to 13 power or more. If you do, that's what gives it the 7. And that's what gives it the Go Again. Great job. It's a great card there in the Bravo decks. Doesn't really function in any other deck after that, even though it is a generic action or generic attack action. A lot of other decks can't make that value, but Bravo obviously can make it on 2 more often than not. You have to have a pretty rough hit not to make the 7. Nice. Get that game, baby. Let's go. That's funny. Oh, man, you are not doing hot tonight. I don't know what happened. You're just off day, I guess, you know? Off day. But hey, you know what? It happens to everybody. All right, Lico deciding how he wants to block this. 2 cards out of hand means at least taking 1. This does have Go Again, and he knows he's got perfect information on what's going on. So it's likely just going to be a Hammer Swing to follow up and an Arsenal. So he's looking at 11 damage total on this turn. He's sucking Blitz. Hey, that's okay. I play Kano, so that's just about the only format I play. Oh, CC is a good format, though. I'll give it that. It's hard to compete with how quick Blitz games are, though, you know? CC's pretty awesome. Like, it is very strategic. I'm 0-5. Oh, gosh. Fair enough. Hey, it happens to everybody. So Lico blocking 3. Takes 4. Falls to 5. Now, this hammer is not going to be lethal, so he can opt to keep the rest of the cards in his hand. Actually, it's Chokeslam for 6. Excuse me, I was wrong. The math... Why does the math not checking out tonight, you know? Boy, he could... The Chokeslam only costs... only costs 4, so... Yeah, makes sense. So... Yeah, exactly. The guy... Yeah, the brand new player out of Luxembourg. Ryan it was. Got the cold foil on his first night out. It was freaking awesome to see him win that. Did he get it shipped out yet, or is he still waiting on that one? Yeah, he's waiting to get that in, but once he does, you know he's going to be playing the new Ranger in his local Luxembourg. So I'm about it. Get the tank to do well in the giveaway. Like, that's where it's at. So Lico's still deciding how he wants to block here. Yeah, so I think he's just waiting to get that shit. It's going to arrive right on time to get put right into the deck and send it. That's what it is. Great plan there, Ryan. Yeah, it was awesome to have him. So Chokeslam means that the no gain of attack for attack action cards, but Ira's ability can still function on the Kodachi. It will not affect that. So Lico is gonna block 2 of it. He would take 4. Kurt says, I wouldn't recommend that, but Kurt wants more cards out of hand. So this will send Lico to 1. All right, after the decision, Lico confirms it. Goes, once Santa, you're going to be with the Guardian. All right. You know, not everybody makes the best choices in life. But that actually sounds like a pretty decent one. Old guys looking pretty decent. Looking pretty decent. Ice might be pretty crazy. It's going to be interesting to see how the meta shifts around it, because in a vacuum, its effects are pretty nuts. The real question is going to be, how good is this fusion going to be? Or like, how consistent, right? How consistent are you going to be able to build your deck around that fusion? And when the game starts attritioning out where you really only have 2 or 3 cards in your hand to function, are you still going to be able to get that fusion effect? So it'll be something interesting to watch. So Liko's trying to come in. Kadachi. This one's coming in for 2. 1 resource floating, 1 on the tunic banked away, and 1 card in hand. A lot of 1s here. Oh, you like the control matchups. I have a feeling, though, a lot more games are going to go to the time, and 50-minute classic constructed games are about ready to start being an hour plus. So I will just keep that in mind when you go to your local store, that it might get, the days might get long. Ooh, what a great card to have left in your hand. Command and Conquer for 6. That's going to require a response here from Kurt. He has no equipment left to block it and can't throw any reactions on this. So now, luckily, Kurt doesn't have anything in the arsenal, but 6 damage is still lethal. Look at Liko just stringing in a lethal attack out of nowhere, even from behind, even at 1 life. 1 life in a card, and he's still got a chance. Yeah, big fan of the ice. We'll see if the new Ranger equipment also helps Azalea. That'll be pretty awesome to see. I think a lot of people are worried about the chain and the rune blade. And, just keep in mind that most of this stuff you can't play out of banish. So chain is probably not even going to, slot it in the deck. But that dusk blade does look pretty good. So 1 HP in the dream. It's like poker. It's another card game. Kurt does not like it at all. He likely has a crippling crush in hand. What do you think? He's forced to block it. If he is looking at only a crippling crush, this could be the beginning of a comeback here for our ninja player, for our Ira. Kurt blocks 2 of it, takes 4, falls to 2. Boy, this game's getting tight. Liko's gonna draw up and pass back up to 4. Has the tunic available to block for 1. Kurt just needs a dominated effect here, and he can get there, but he's only got 3 cards in hand to work with. So we know it's not a crippling, because he doesn't have a seismic surge token and costs it 1 less. Oh, the shield is freaking money. That offhand shield. Oh, yeah. So Kurt creates a surge into his Command and Conquer. All right, that's still a good attack though, Kurt. So not as detrimental as I thought it might be. It is going to mean only 6 damage coming across at Liko. 2 cards out of hand are going to be able to block it up. So we'll go back to Liko's turn with 2. Kurt might have a pummel. That maybe was why he was not too happy about this. No, think about it. That's probably what it was. Yeah, all he needs to do is get enough resources to activate the problem. I think he's got a red pummel sitting in hand. So Liko actually goes out there for no defense reactions. Yeah, can't flick. So we'll refresh the blocks there. Yeah, I think he's got a pummel. I'm pretty confident. The way he reacted, you couldn't hear him sigh, but he audibly sighed and said, "I didn't like that," when the Command and Conquer for 6 total was coming in, because it was a lethal attack. If that was a Pounding Gale, which unfortunately we've already seen the 2 gone, I think we would have seen Kurt just go ahead and try to win right there. So Liko throwing out the Command and Conquer to block. I would have probably kept that one. I think a Command and Conquer just for 6 coming in, because Kurt's going to Arsenal. Might have been better, but Liko has a different strategy in mind. Starts with the Kadachis. Hammer then pummel on top. Did he have enough? Ape might have. Actually, he might have. That's very true. Great call there. It was a sigil, though. Okay. Wow, just the same, though. But money, as we were talking earlier in the lobby, sigils are just absolute madness in this matchup. So Kadachi for 2. Kurt falls back to 2. But he still keeps the 4 cards in hand. Does he have the final attack? He doesn't. He can't force another response. So 1 to 2 going back into Kurt's turn. We were all wrong. It wasn't a pummel. It was a sigil. So no, the hammer was not it. So man, the reflex wasn't there. Would have been awesome. So Kurt is going to come in here with a dominated crippling, and that is going to do it. Crippling crush for 11. Kurt's only way out of here is sigil, defense reaction in arsenal, defense reaction in hand. So that's his only way out. I don't see it being possible. Lico's gonna take another look at it. Oh man, that's how this is gonna end. Oh, it doesn't have a sigil. Hold on, we're starting. There's a chance. Hold up. No. Okay. Doesn't have the defense reaction. Does he have it? Oh, it's a yellow. Yeah. Darn. So only could block for 6, gain 3 life. The 9 total was sitting at 1. Still took. We're still looking at 11. So Lico will fall to Kurt. Kurt takes it. Man, that was pretty close. That was closer than I think it had any rights in being, because Lico started coming and Kurt just needed one dominated crippling crush turn to make it happen. And boy, that was pretty spicy. All right, guys. Well, hey, if you like what you saw, if you had fun in that last match and that game right there, hit that like and subscribe button, and then come join the Discord. Come play in Sunday's event, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to have you. If you're available, come in, sign in from home, come play some games with us. Looking to be a very nice event again. But every week, 2 events. Hit that like, subscribe, hit the Discord, and come have fun. But a prize giveaway in round 6 coming at you shortly. Don't go anywhere. Come see who wins the juice. And I'll send it there.
All right, and for once, I actually remembered to unmute the mic.
It's better than me tonight.
So, yeah. How's everyone doing? We're about to do the prize giveaway. Give me a shout out in the chat if you can hear me. Make sure I'm doing this right. All right, but for today's event, we had 27 players. So we're gonna roll the dice to see how many times we're gonna randomize the list. Then we'll randomize the list how many times, and the top 8 names we'll get to choose from the prize point order. So go ahead and scroll through the list real quick so everyone can see their name. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice. Today's a 9, so we're gonna randomize the list 9 times. Throw this into the chat. Go ahead and get started.
There's a no.
Yo, 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 yo. All right, so here's 1.
Ooh.
2, 3. Can we see all the names? Yeah.
Oh, you can? Yeah.
4.
This time we can see them.
5.
Sunday it was a little cut off.
6.
Oh, damn. Caleb sat up there twice.
7, 8.
Last
9,
one.
right?
9.
Here we go.
Last
Number
one.
9.
Justin. Got it.
Throw this into the chat.
You know what? Is that Ryan again? There's no way. Ryan's getting another Lexi here?
Yeah, looks like it. So here's our 8 winners. I'll throw this.
Somebody come get your man.
And yeah, in order. I'll post how many packs, because we had 27, so it'll be 27 packs split between the 8 people. We'll do the math and throw it up in the announcement page. But yeah, other than that, round 6 will get started here shortly, and see you guys then.
Nice. Good job, guys. See you shortly. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Uncharted Realms' weekly event. It's round number 6 of Armory Blitz. Oh, a little bit of carryover there, but not too bad. One of our players is got the stream up. Oh, Brandon. When he watches his back, I see you. I like it. Just mute it. Keep it up there. Get the idea. So Brandon says he doesn't want to embarrass himself on stream, but it's a good start at it. I jest. So Brandon and Kurt are going to close it out for us. They're going to finish it up here in round number 6. It's another Ira v Bravo matchup, though, guys. So we get to see that 3 times so far. Ira's taken, actually, Bravo's taken both of them, hasn't he? Yes, he has. Lico tried to get it in the last round, tried to get revenge, but Brandon's going to try to avoid the clean sweep on the Iras and show why Ira is super strong. Who do you got, though? Kurt or Brandon, Ira or Bravo, Guardian or Ninja? Pick it away. Let me know who you got in chat, and let me know how you're doing here at the end of the night. It was a pretty awesome night, so if you liked what you saw, if you had a good time on the live stream, hit that like, subscribe button, come join us on the Discord, and come play on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We would love to have you and love to see you here. But we're in Brandon. It's turn 1. He comes in, Kadachi, scar for a scar. Kurt only blocks one of it, and then overblocks the other ones. Red sigils back up to 22. Not too shabby for a start, as he draws back up to 4 as well, and Brandon gets the Arsenal advantage. So, Hafoto, I think I was muted. If you're still here, I'd love to know what game store and where you guys are at. I think I was muted when I asked the last time until I realized it. But if I wasn't, if you're still here, if you're still hanging around, let me know. I'd love to find out. I'd love to just find out. I'd like to get all that information. I know we rock about 14 countries the last time I checked. 14 plus countries here on the server that have been represented in our events. Most recently, Costa Rica was our most recent addition on Sunday's event. So it's been pretty awesome. We like the fact that we are a very welcoming and encouraging international community. So super, super big fan about that. Kurt here is just going to try to belay the pain on as he starts with the Rouse the Ancients. 7, go again. Not his spiciest of turns. But, my vote probably goes back into the Guardian in this matchup. I think you'd have to call me crazy to mix it up after that. After 2 wins, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Kurt, certainly, is just going to keep the pressure and keep the pain going. So, a little clarification on what else he has in his hand. So 7, go again. Then we'll see another 6 after that. Most likely. Brandon starting with a life disadvantage on this turn, even though he did the most damage in the previous turn. Thanks to the sigil. So no defense, sink below. Right now Brandon's taking 3. Takes the 3, down to 17. Kurt will follow it up with deciding. Just coming in with the hammer for 6. There it is. So 13 damage, not too bad. It's a pretty good looking blitz for a turn. Now Brandon does know, he does have all of the information here. Kurt could have potentially made a seismic surge token if he had wanted to, but he likes to put this card in Arsenal instead. Kurt rocking one of the nice Lexi mats that is going to be on giveaway here at the end of the month. So keep an eye out for that for those that want the mats. We got I think it was a total of 4 mats over 2 events. Potentially something like that. I think we have 4 mats, right? There's 2 mats per kit. Yeah, so 4 mats total. Thanks to Out of the Box Gaming on Sundays. So keep that in mind when you're coming in on Sunday. It's not going to be this weekend. We'll have to find out. I know the pre-release is going to throw a little wrench in the plan, but on the usual mat giveaways. But we'll make sure it gets out there to you guys. So Brandon falls to 15. Kurt 22. Brandon there only taking 5 damage in total. Face down and attack for 13. Or face down 13 damage. Kept 2 cards there in hand and didn't have to use any of his equipment. And leaves it out with a nice Command and Conquer for 6. He knows what card there is in Kurt's arsenal. And he wants to destroy it. Coming right at it. So 1 vote for Guardian right now. All you Ira players, I know there's a couple more here in chat. My girlfriend's one of them, are keeping mighty quiet. In this matchup, there usually is a lot of love for it. But right now, not so much. Kurt thinking, what does he want to do? I don't think he wants to use his equipment just yet. But now might be a good time. Although it's not the spiciest of attack in his arsenal. He's really deciding whether he wants to lose this or not. He's got the health to take. He would fall to 16, would still even have the life advantage. You know there's nothing following up here for the Ninja. So this is going to be Brandon's only actions for the turn. There's a sigil in the pitch zone, so keep that in mind later. 3 life will be coming back around for Brandon. So Kurt opting to keep the card in arsenal. Blocks for 6, 1 card from the hands, and his helmet and bracers. So no more helmet block. Bracers will be able to block for 1. And Kurt going to his turn with only 3 cards and 1 in arsenal. So pitch a 6, choke slam yellow for arsenal for 7. 2 floating, 1 in hand. This might. Are we seeing maybe a pummel? I don't know. Choke slam deals 4 more damage. Attack action cards they control can't gain power during the next action phase. Not exactly as crippling as a spinal crush. But there's the pummel, Kurt, bringing it up to 10. You knew it. You saw it coming. So 10 over 3 at the moment. We already saw one of the flick flacks gone, and there's the second. This one's yellow. 6 total block. Brandon's taken 4, so the crush effect is active. Attack action cards will not gain power. And Brandon will have to discard a card here. Thanks to the fact that the pummel gives the attack action card. If this hits a hero, they discard a card. Got to remember that. Usually a lot of times you also see the classic Guardian, a Nothos pummel, to make a non-threatening 4 attack suddenly jump up to 10. A lot of times you see that. So Brandon here coming in torrent of tempo to start. Using the Tunic energy. So that's all that's coming in. 5. We may see Kurt finally use that life total. Or yet again use that life total. Bravo seems to be in a pretty decent spot right now. Matching very well into the Ninja. Gets to go back to his turn. 4 cards in hand. Now no seismic surge token here. He's been opting not to make them. Hasn't needed them. Straight up, all things considered. Kurt's looking through cards. Makes a surge. Bravo. Into. It's 5, so it's a spinal crush dominated for 9 total. And this is the absolute just money card against Ninja. Brandon will have to figure out a way around this. He does not want to get crush here. Crush effect is going to mean he will lose go again. Attacks he controls. Hero. Action cards, activate abilities, and attack he controls can't gain go again on their next action phase. Kurt, nothing left. No resources left to do anything here. No cards in hand. So what Brandon sees is what he's got. We're going to see most likely all of this equipment thrown in front of it. Representing 3 block at the moment. 2 off the mask, 1 off the gauntlet. Yeah, Oscar, you are right. Kurt is just nasty. Are you guys really gonna let him win a second event this week? Because I'm getting word from the Fighters Guild that he won over there. Oh boy. There's gonna be no stopping this man. Oh my god, it's Kurt. Like the Jason Bourne of Flesh and Blood. So Brandon sink belows. Takes 2. Does not get crushed. Yeah, can't afford that. Kurt had a good shot at it. And Brandon loses the mask. The tunic counters start adding up again. This one's at 1. Now Brandon deciding what he wants to do with 3 cards to work with. Likely going to start with Kadachi's here. Needs to even out this life total a bit. Little hand check there. 2 in hand, 2 floating. Kurt, 4 cards in hand still. And 2 less life. Falls to 16, excuse me. 1 less life. This is not pumped up yet. I say yet, because it's coming. There it is. Kadachi for 2. After considering it. Brandon, just again trying to get this life total in a more manageable position, more reasonable. He's looking pretty rough for wear. Kurt blocks it 2 with the tectonic. And you strike for 7. So there's a good job, or good try there. That's either going to force a response or even out the life totals here. As Brandon has nothing in hands. 1 resource floating if he wants to, but can't spend it on anything. A lot of times you see the Ira players we saw in the previous round give the E-Strike go again so they can continue going. Liko had an amazing turn with something like that, but such will not be the case here, even though Brandon has the resource. Does not have the cards. Huge limiting factor, you know, in a card game. So Kurt, now considering it, he does have the life here. He can take this if he wants to keep the tempo, but Kurt is definitely considering it. He may not want to take this damage right now. His return just might not be there on this turn, or on his turn. He does have a Seismic Surge token, so he does have to consider that into the math, 1 less on his cost. What would you do in this situation? If you're Kurt, I think you take it. I think if I'm Kurt, I take the full 7, let this go 9-9, and just come back in higher. You hit harder as a Guardian, but letting your life get low against Ira is pretty dangerous. Because all of a sudden she starts pulling the cards out of your hand, and you get fatigued out. Kurt wants to block 3, take 4, so he's opting to keep his life total high. Brandon says he does not want to be at 9, but here we are. Brandon only has 1 block left on the Tunic. If Kurt can get out a dominated Crippling Crush. CNC now for 6. Kurt's got 1 in hand and no resources floating, so you know it's not a pummel, or at least you know pummel's not coming out here. The last time Kurt put something in Arsenal to big effect, it was the Sigil. Kind of disguised the pummel, and we all thought it was there. But we were bamboozled, flummoxed. He pitched a blue pummel, speaking of. Brandon just getting a board state check. So, that's the Surge token, plus the Command and Conquer was the 3 resources there for Kurt, which was pitched there by that blue pummel, setting up his next turn. So yeah, I can see why Kurt didn't necessarily want to take all 7. Didn't quite have an explosive return there that you would normally expect out of the Bravo player. So Brandon gonna take 3 with a 3 block, falls to 6. So 12-6, Kurt double the life total, gets a card back in the arsenal and gets to pass the turn over. You would hope for Kurt it might be a tome and he can just soak up some damage. Starts to take it down to 11. That might definitely speak it's a tome. Brandon needs to threaten lethal here on this turn. Try to do what he can. Nothing floating, 1 card in hand, leg tap for 5. So, didn't come in with a Kadachi, which either tells me this is a card that Brandon's going to keep, or it might be like another Exude Confidence that we saw at Aliko. Another 4. This is a good thought here. There are a lot of ninja 0-cost attack actions, though. So keep that in mind. Brandon does not have 3 counters on the Tunic, so he does not have a banked energy there. But it is going to make Kurt think about this. The fact that Kurt is potentially thinking about throwing stuff out there means that once again, his hand just doesn't seem to be agreeing with him. At least it's not like the round 3 action that we saw. If you want to see some pretty crazy Bravo action, go check out round number 3. Rewind back up a little bit after this match and just see how absolutely crippling and crushing his turns were. I'm going to keep saying that all the time. I know. Sue me. So Kurt blocks 3, takes 2. Just keeping his health total high. So that's 6-9 as Brandon arsenals the card. Kurt goes into his turn, 3 cards in hand. Seismic Surge worth a red. Yep, Mage Master Boost means it is the tome. I'm surprised he blocked then. But Kurt will get a tome from Arsenal, draw 2 cards up, gain 4 life, back up to 13. Bravo, gotta love it. Just all the life gain. Just all of it. Where's the Rune Blade when you need it, you know? Get that blade in here. Stop this up. Maybe that's the tech play there for you guys. If you got a lot of Guardian in your local meta. Kurt does not like the cards he drew, which is tough. Which is tough to think about, considering that the last couple of turns just haven't been there. But Kurt is definitely not happy about it. Something about math and probability, but you know what? Not all of us made it through school that far. Oh, I jest. Kurt here now wants to stack up his, figure out his turn. Pitches 3 for a command and conquer for 6. That is not what he wants. At the end of the day, wow. Rough. 2 floating, 2 in hand, pummels. Let's be real. Maybe Kurt's slow rolling this. He's playing the mind games. All right, guys. Round number 2. Is this pummel? Is this not? He's got 2 cards, 2 floating. Yes or no? We were wrong on the last one. So redemption time. This is for the marbles. Double or nothing. 1 yellow pummel in the bin, and that's it. Oh, man. It's pummel. Yeah, we said that last time. I agree with you. I think it is too, but... Ooh, what do you think there, producer man? Yes or no, pummel? Yep. I think it's the vote consensus is pummel. By a large margin. Brandon doing the pummel math right now. Oh, it's a sigil again. Please don't. Please don't. I will straight lose it. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Woo. Yeah, that would be some spicy play here from Kurt. Show him why he's doing well. Show him why he might win a second event this week. Coming off a back of a win at the Fighters Guild on Monday. Brandon going deep into the tank. Using up all the gas in there. The gears are churning. Trying to decide how does he get control back in this game. You know, Ira likes that control aspect. But so far has been kind of on the back foot. Say Kurt caught him on his heels. Kurt isn't new to winning. You're right, Oscar. From everything I'm hearing, everything I'm seeing, that's very true. And he makes a good show of it. Makes a good show of it in style. Now, these last couple of hands haven't been the best, but Brandon blocking for 9 does not want to get pummeled. Throws the tunic in front of there, too. Yep. I mean, we knew it was a pummel. You called it that time. That goes up to 10, so he will lose that card in hand and take 1. It was Exude, and a Flick Flack gets destroyed. Wow. I think that closes this out. I think that probably does it right there. Brandon has to pass right back away. Kurt gets to go to his turn with a crippling, crushed, dominated attack, and that will do it. That's going to be it. Kurt. Yeah, he tried. I thought that was a good block there by Brandon. He did the math on the yellow pummel, but of course Kurt had the red. And he also had a sigil. He also had a sigil there in hand, too. So I guess we were all right. We were all right. If you said sigil or if you said pummel, it was good. Oh, man. Woo! But yeah, Kurt coming in strong to win another one. He picks it up here in round number 6. Wins the day. And gets to go home. Actually gets to stay home. One happy man. And that will wrap up coverage for us here. Uncharted Realms' weekly event. It was Armory. It was Blitz. It was 6 rounds. And we just concluded the final of those rounds. If you liked what you saw today, if you had a good time, if you had fun, hit the like and subscribe button and come hang out with us on the Discord and come play in the events. We'd love to have you. I think we all have a good time. And on behalf of myself, James, and John, we appreciate you guys for coming out, and we hope to see you guys next time.